Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the From Both Sides podcast. I'm your host, Johnny, and today I've got Sabrina in the virtual studio. Welcome, Sabrina.
Thank you. Thank you for welcoming me again.
You're welcome as well. Right, so our episode today is going to be a very cool episode, I think. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be about money, men, and women. That's the title of the episode. Who really carries the financial burden or the financial weight in a relationship, and is it even fair anymore? So it's a topic, it's a heavy topic that,
It's a really heavy one,
yes,
but it's
exactly.
okay. We did
I
a
think we,
super fun last time. It
yeah,
was still, kind of heavy with manipulation and stuff, but this one, it
it's
will
gonna
be
probably be a bit
nice.
heavier. Exactly. No, but I think we're on the right track because we both have opinions, I think, on this. Right.
Yeah.
Maybe let's get it started right away with our first segment, the icebreaker, as usual. So let's break the ice. Okay. So I'll ask you questions, and maybe you can also ask me some if you want. Some icebreaker questions to break the ice and get it started. So first one, have you ever stayed in a relationship longer because of financial comfort?
No,
No.
not really. I
Okay.
maybe have stayed like a couple of months more because I had to figure out how to move out, but it wasn't really for the financial situation. So
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like to be independent.
Yeah, I would say the same for me as well. I luckily did not rely financially on anyone else, so luckily I don't have to stay in any relationship because of the finances. But in some cases, it could be for some people.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah, especially as you said, if you live with someone, then you really have to figure out the the housing situation, and that is tied to the financial situation, especially if you're sharing the money at the house, so maybe you have to go somewhere else and then pay more, and then it's not the same.
Yeah, and even more if the other person is the provider and you have nothing,
Yeah,
don't have a job or
exactly.
stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, that's tricky.
Yeah.
Speaking of who's providing or who's providing less and more, would you date someone who earns significantly less than you? Without any judgment, you can say yes or no.
Well, I did.
Okay.
So yes, I would, and it's not a problem for me. But yeah, there are a few things you need to talk about, I think, when the relationship starts. But maybe we're gonna get there in the episode.
Let's save that for later.
Yeah.
Okay. I think for me it's okay. I think significantly less. That's the question. What is significantly less? And also, I also don't like this dependency energy from both sides. I don't want to be dependent on someone. I mean, maybe in the future we'll see. But in my case, there's not a dependency right now, which is good. If I have someone who's completely dependent on me, maybe I have to think more about my career choices, what I do as well, because I have to be maybe more conservative. Because I'm afraid that, okay, there's this person that's relying on me and maybe a family or whatever. So that's a difficult one. What's the most expensive thing you've done to impress someone romantically? Have you done any expensive?
Well, I think I bought like I don't know. I'm not really about expensive thing. I'm more a creative person, so I like to create things also because I feel like there is more value in what you do with your hands and your time. But once I've got like is it like EP, the word?
Epi?
Like the disc, vinyl.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, it was one of those, but was like a super rare
That's
copy.
interesting.
So yeah, it was pretty expensive. So I did that. And I actually didn't even had really a job at that moment. So I had to collect money for a long time and then buy it. Yeah.
That's cute. Yeah, I think that those have a bigger impact when you have to like these rare items. But I think that's fair, that's okay to do because you are, as you said, thinking about the person, that they like this band or this artist, and then you're like, okay, I'm gonna save the money, I'm gonna get them the gift they like, which is really nice.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
it's not
Also
to impress
because
them. It's not to impress them. It's because you love them, or you care about them.
exactly. Also because you know that they probably will never buy it for themselves because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
as
I
I
am that
also
kind of
hold.
person. I am the kind of person who
Yeah.
doesn't buy the stuff for themselves because it's too expensive. Like, I can live without it. It's fine.
Yeah, but I can do the thing, like I can
Yeah,
buy
exactly.
expensive stuff for
Yeah.
the other. It's like,
So I
yeah.
want someone to buy them for me and I feel bad. But the thing is, you always feel bad because you know how much it costs and like, oh my God, why did you do that?
Yeah, but it's still nice, I think.
Yeah, it is true.
Mm-mm.
I think for me it was maybe jewelry or something like that, where, I mean, sometimes it can be expensive, but as a nice gift on a big occasion or the birthday or something like that, sometimes it's worth it to spend these bigger amount of gifts. Also, sometimes maybe a trip, like a vacation or
Oh yes,
something.
that's
Yeah,
the best.
that's usually costs. That's probably the most expensive thing if I think about it now.
Yeah, but also experiences are always a good gift.
Yeah,
I mean, at least for me, I love experiences. So yeah, I'm not
that's
a
cool.
materialistic person.
That's even better. Okay, one tricky one. I don't know even how to answer this myself, but I'll ask you first. Finish
Thank
this
you.
sentence. I'll test with you. Finish this sentence. Money in a relationship is the real
Problem if you don't talk about it.
Wow, that's a good answer. It's even better than I would have
Thank you.
thought. It's the
Thank
real
you.
problem if you don't talk about it. That's true. You're
Yeah.
so true. Yeah.
Yeah, it can lead to many, many discussions in the relationship and discomfort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now
Let's play.
it's your turn.
My turn. Oh,
Oh, yes.
I thought I could escape it. Money in the relationship is the real deal. I don't know. When I see the real, and it's like the real deal. No, it's not. I don't think it is. It's I think yes, it is the real. There's this thing where people usually date and get in a relationship and marry people from the same, let's call it, socioeconomic class. Like you don't usually find a prince or whatever, a super rich person marrying a super poor person or whatever. Like we usually meet people because we live in the same areas, we go to the same places, we have the same friends, so we are more or less in the same socioeconomic class of the people we date as well. So I think money in this case determines who we date, even though we don't want it to be. Even maybe we don't care about money that much. I'm not a super rich person. I will never go into this VIP thingies where these super rich people hang out. I will never be able to go on their level. And even if I met someone like that, how can I keep that relationship going? I can't, financially speaking. So that is how I finish it real deal, but I don't mean that it's a deal breaker. I just mean that it's really a determining factor in a relationship without us even knowing.
Yeah, that's actually really true. It's really rare that you can actually find a person outside of your economic, I don't even know how to say it,
class
situation.
without
exactly.
without calling it a class, but yeah, it is in reality that.
Also because even if you meet someone that is friend with or co-worker, it will be more or less also probably the same,
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it can be like they're completely, but they're not gonna be like super, super, super different to the point where you're like,
exactly.
I cannot go out on a date with them. Maybe, yes, maybe like their parents, your parents and their parents are from a different class. But if you are, maybe you and them will at some point balance each other out. That can be true. Like, I've even had friends in school, university, whatever, that you go to their places and you're like, oh my God, your parents are rich, man. And you're like, okay, but they are the same level as you. Like if they're not relying on their parents. Okay, let's play a mini game.
Okay.
So the game is called Dutch or Ditch. So it's a play on words. Dutch is, in America they say this, when you go Dutch, it means you split the bill with someone.
Oh, okay.
So you divide the bill in two. It's
Alla
same going
romana.
Dutch. Exactly.
In
Exactly.
Italian.
In Italian we say alla romana. In English they say alla olandese. So the Dutch way, or to ditch them, so to leave if you don't agree.
Okay. So split or
ditch,
leave.
yeah, or leave.
Okay.
Exactly. Split or leave could be another
Dutch
name for
or
this.
ditch.
Yeah.
Good.
So I'll read a few scenarios and you'll give me your opinion and I'll maybe also give mine. First date at a nice restaurant and they don't even reach for the bill.
How's that? First of all, how did that happen? Ditch, of course. Anyway, even if I invited, at least you have to reach your wallet.
Exactly.
I'm a lot about if you invited, you have to pay.
Yeah, agreed.
But I will always reach my wallet.
And
always.
actually, as guys, we really appreciate this because if we see a girl that doesn't even try, like I know
Yeah.
we're playing a game, but please play the game with me. Like
Yeah,
try
exactly.
to act.
Let's
No, I
play the
really
full
want to
game.
pay. No, please, Johnny, I don't accept it. Do the whole thing.
Yeah,
And I'm like, yeah, no, okay,
exactly.
don't worry. You'll invite me next time. And then I'll be super happy. I really want to invite. If I invite you and tell you, and I choose the place, I'm gonna pay. How do I let you pay if I choose the place, especially at a nice restaurant?
Yeah.
But you have to definitely
Also
try to reach
because,
for the bill.
yeah, and because a woman, you also give the man the opportunity to say, oh no, absolutely not. You gave them that opportunity to be also more,
Gentlemen, yeah.
also
Yeah.
sexy.
Yeah.
It can be also sexy, like, no, I got it.
Yeah.
Do it. Girls,
Exactly.
reach your wallet.
Yeah, exactly. But if you don't do it and you just think that he should pay, okay, maybe you think that, but we don't like to feel like we are ATM machines
Yeah.
just giving away money. We want to do it because we like to do it, but we don't want to do it because you think we should do it. And that's a completely different thing.
Yeah, I agree. Completely agree.
Yeah. Now, another scenario, let's imagine you earn 3 times more than your partner, but they insist on paying half of everything, even though it's difficult for them.
They insist?
Yes.
Oh my God. No. Why? Why are you insisting? Don't do that. What should I do? I mean, I can't tell them, no, you absolutely can't if they really want to, but I will try to explain them that it's not fair, that I want them to also enjoy their own money. So I'm super okay with pay in a percentage, let's say,
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
my salary, your salary, and
Yeah.
just so you can save your money, build your things, I don't know, invest them, whatever. But yeah, because if
Yeah, exactly.
they
I think it
pay
should be
50-50, it's wow.
it should be balanced. And maybe it's not exactly 50-50, but maybe the person who has more money then pays a bit more without having a very strict 50-50, because then it ends up being very weird, I think.
Yeah.
Sometimes you end up paying more because you just earn more. You pay more, you at the supermarket or whatever, at the invites or dinner or whatever. And you end up just paying a bit more of everything without it being like extremely 50-50. But yeah, if it's training them and it's hard for them, then
No, and also I feel like it will be, at least for me, super bad because I would kind of avoid doing things because I will know that they will want to pay 50-50. So I will not feel free to be like, oh, let's go to a nice dinner or let's go to a spa or a vacation. I would have to, kind of,
yeah,
I don't know how to say it.
tamper
Sorry.
down your expectations.
Yeah,
Lower your
exactly. And it's super bad. It will be super bad for the relationship because I will not feel complete somehow. Like I can't be myself. I can't do all the things I want. So.
No, I agree. And what if we had the opposite scenario now, where your partner makes more than you, but your partner expects that that you still pay 50-50, including
My
rent?
partner, what? No, I'm leaving. No, babe, it was nice. No, I will not be okay with that.
Okay.
I mean, I don't feel like was okay when I was earning that much, so I would have want my partner to pay less. If it's me, of course, I want the same treatment. So yeah, no.
There is an alternative theory here, which is like that you pool your money together. That you combine your salary. I mean, if you are married, maybe it's easier to do, but that you combine your salaries and then you pay everything from that one account or together. Then it's not 50-50 or whatever, then it's percentage without it being a percentage based.
I feel like in every healthy marriage should be like that. I don't know, at least from my point of view. Like my money is yours money and your money are my money. Even if I earn a lot more or whatever, I feel like both people should have maybe a little saving account for emergency or in case of you want to buy something for yourself that it's super nice or expensive or whatever, or you want to make a gift for the other person. So I think a part of the money should still be on a side, but in general, just put them together.
Yeah, that's a good way, I think. Okay, last one in the icebreaker mini game. Your date says, "Oh, I forgot my wallet," but it has happened twice already.
I was okay with the first one. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. It's the Second time, well, I'm gonna pay because I'm a good person and it's not a fault of the restaurant or the bar or whatever we
Yeah.
are. So I will still pay, but that person is not gonna see me again. Like, no, that's
Yeah.
not good.
I think, yeah, I agree. I wouldn't like that at all. And also, if your date is a guy, us guys rarely forgot our wallets because when we leave the house, we take three things with us: the keys, the phone, and the wallet. And if we don't have those three things, we're not leaving the house. Like we cannot forget I mean, it can happen, but twice in a row and a date, no, that will not.
Yeah, no. And also most of the times, I don't know, in our society right now, I think we all pay with our phone.
Yeah, exactly. You have I have the cards on my phone. You just pay with your phone. What are you talking about? Yeah,
Or no
true.
problems. Do you have PayPal?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I have PayPal and I just
It's
PayPal you the money.
okay. You can send me the money.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, no.
Checks. You should carry checks again. Cash in the sock or whatever.
Sometimes I have them. It's crazy. It's crazy to feel like.
Do you have checks?
Sometimes, no checks. No, like paper money, like physical money.
Cash.
No. Check? Yeah, cash. Exactly. Okay. I'm sorry.
Paper
My English
money,
is not working well today. Paper money.
Cool. Yeah, let's talk about the main topics, our second segment. What is the dynamic of money in a couple? So we want to have an honest discussion, short. And honestly, I think that even though we are in 2026, men are still expected to be the main providers, right? They have to, or at least to be providers. You know, of course, in some areas, women are even making more money than men in some places. And we haven't really looked at this from a societal perspective and really updated the code of the law to say, the guy should provide. So it's sometimes, works with the traditional way and sometimes it doesn't. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think it's super true also because we are still used to what our grandparents and parents did. So many people saw in their family the dad as a provider and the mom a stay-at-home mom, basically. So, yeah, or even if she were working, she was working.
Yeah, she was.
They still saw that, you know, the father paying for everything, maybe bills and stuff. So, yeah, I think that's why mostly. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so as well. I think nowadays you cannot even do that anymore, even if you wanted to. Like, even if I, as a guy, wanted to provide for a family, let's say now, not just me and a wife, but me and wife and kids, it is practically impossible. I mean, if I'm making a lot of money, if I have my own business and I'm really making really good money, yes. But in a normal job nowadays, you cannot really do this anymore. Or you will really live and at a very low standard because you really cannot provide for these people. It's different, of course, like if it's maternity leave or a few years here and there where the wife is not working or the mother is not working, that's fine. But I think nowadays it's very hard for one income in the family. Like
absolutely.
It's very hard.
Yeah, also because many times a salary just covers the expenses, like mortgage or rent, whatever you have, bills, grocery shopping, also clothes and like really the things you really need and you have to pay for. Yeah, usually a salary just goes. So yeah.
Exactly.
And if you have kids, it's even worse. Or if you have like dog, I have 2 dogs and they're expensive.
Yeah, dogs are expensive. That's true. Pets are expensive in general.
Yeah,
that's true.
Maybe not too much, but it's still an expense.
Not as much as a kid, but I think they are almost there.
Yeah, for sure not as a kid.
Yeah.
Also because I feel like kids get sick more frequently than a dog.
Okay.
So yeah, but when a dog gets sick, ouch.
It's scary because they don't talk. It's like you have to guess what they have and take them to the vet.
And yeah, so many tests, and tests equal a lot of money.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So do you think there is still the expectation that the man provides in 2026?
Maybe for some people and in some countries, but at least in Italy, not really. Like right now, we all know that we all have to work and and Also, I feel like women are super okay with working and actually want their
Want to work. Yeah.
independency. Yeah, of course, there are still people that will love to be a stay-at-home wife, mom, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I would love that, honestly. I would love to be a stay-at-home wife, but I will still do something to earn
Yeah.
money from
Okay.
home, maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will
Yeah,
not like to be
some arts and crafts or something that you can do from also.
exactly. I will focus on the things I also because I'm a super creative person, as I was saying before. So being creative, it will help me, do all my things, try new stuff also, and then sell them on my personal website. I will be so happy. I will be really happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Way more than working a 9 to 5.
That is also true. So it's actually a good point, right? A lot of people want it, and as long as you and your partner agree on what to do, that's fair. And if you can afford it, that's even better.
Oh yes.
Why?
Well, you have to afford it to do
Yeah,
it.
exactly. My next question is why, when a woman earns more, does it become a source of tension rather than celebration?
Probably because, when you're in your family, you see the man as a provider, usually. So there is still this thing. And a woman with also money, it's like, it's too powerful. It's scary somehow because she can do whatever she can. She can leave me whenever she can. She doesn't need me. So I noticed that for a man, it's super important to feel needed.
Yeah.
And when they don't feel needed, it's like, wow, I don't like this. I'm not enough for her. So yeah, we should also understand as women that since a man needs to be needed, we should make him feel needed in other ways.
Exactly.
So
that's what I
he
was
will
gonna
not
say.
feel
Exactly. You got my point exactly. Thank you.
good.
Because I wanted to say this, you can now make the man feel needed in so many different ways that are not just related to bringing money home. There's so many things that your partner can do that will help him feel needed. I mean, we all want to provide, and in a certain way.
Yeah, you can provide different ways. Exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be financial, and I completely agree with this.
Good.
Yeah. The next one, do you think that financial compatibility is more important than emotional compatibility?
Wait, financial compatibility?
Yeah.
It's more important than emotional?
Yeah.
No. I think emotional compatibility. I can't even say it.
Emotional.
Yeah. I think it's more important, the emotional one, but the financial one, still, you have to discuss about it.
Yeah. Okay.
In order for it to not be a problem. But if you don't have the emotional whatever, how can you handle the relationship? I don't know. At least for me. Maybe I'm speaking just for myself.
No, I think that's true in a certain way. As I said before, like if you are dating someone who's completely outside of your financial situation, if you're not so financially capable and that person wants to go vacation in somewhere, I don't know, different place every weekend, or wants to go on a ski trip every week, or I don't know, I think that's gonna be a problem, right? You have to have the same, more or less.
That's super true, but I think I'm still a little stuck in what I grew up with, because I feel like for me as a woman will not be that much of a problem. If I'm dating or marrying a super rich person, or anyway, someone that really earns way more than me, I don't feel that will be a problem. They will pay, I will be happy, and whatever. For a man, I can get that will be
maybe
a difficult thing. Like it will not be. I really can't say that word. I'm so sorry.
It's the same in Italian. I don't know why you're struggling with this.
I have no idea. Compatibilità. Yes, it's actually the same. Whatever. Not today.
So maybe another question on like financial situation in general. Do you think that when we are in a different financial situation, do we change the way we date? Like, does money change what we want?
Maybe, yes. I mean, if you don't have money and you always dated people that doesn't have money, you're gonna do maybe even if are cute things, but more basic things, like not expensive stuff. But if you date someone that has money, maybe you're gonna go to vacations or to the spa, nice restaurants, things you couldn't
Do before.
yeah. I
Yeah.
wanted to say another word, but
Okay.
do works well. Afford.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
the word. Yeah. So yeah. What do you
Yeah.
think?
I think yes, because the example you made is a really good example.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think that when you are yourself poor, then you are thinking only of the next way to get your next meal or your next paycheck. So you're living in this
Yeah.
environment of I am surviving and I'm surviving. And that's not a great environment to have a relationship in because you're still thinking of
Mm-hmm.
basic needs. Like you cannot think of, okay, I want to have fun and enjoy life with that person. It's more like I want to survive. Okay, and there's this person on the side which I care about, but right now I just want to survive. But
Yeah,
when you
that's
have a
true.
bit more money and you can survive and you can have fun and you can go out and you can enjoy life, then you want to share that with that person, and that changes what you want also in that person. Because maybe when you are poor, you don't care what the person likes to do for fun because you're not having fun. Like, I don't care if
Yeah.
your hobbies are not compatible with my hobbies.
But
I don't have any hobbies because I'm working all the time. While the other side
yeah,
is like,
that's
oh,
true.
I want to have fun now. Do you like hiking? Oh, no, you don't? Okay, that's a deal breaker for me because I really like to go on the mountains every weekend.
Yeah. But still, I think we should also care anyway, even if we're poor, let's say.
Yeah, of
We
course.
should still care of what the other person likes because, for example, you said going on a hike. For me, at least here where I am, it's super cheap. I mean,
Yeah,
it's free, and
yeah.
we have the mountains like 20 minutes away sometimes, so we can do a hike with like no money.
Yeah,
We can just go
that is
and
also true.
do
That
it.
is also true.
But
My
I
example maybe
get
is not
that.
the great example. Like the hike
No,
doesn't
no,
really
no.
cost money, but yeah,
I think it can be super a great example because sometimes maybe you have to drive for a longer time in order to reach. So it's I'm lucky because I'm between the sea and the mountains, so it's perfect. But I know that for many people it's not like that. And also because if you don't care about what the other person likes, the relationship is not gonna work anyway.
that is true.
You can find cheaper ways to do everything.
That is true. You always should, of course, my example was not
Oh,
that you
no,
don't
I know.
care at all about what the other person wants, is that you don't have the time to care about what you want. So you're like,
Yeah,
okay,
that's true.
I also don't care about the other, not that I don't care about the other person, but it's like I don't have the time for it.
Yeah, I get that. Also, when I was younger,
Mm-hmm.
that I went to live alone immediately. I don't know, with my paycheck, I was basically paying just the super needy things as rent, car, whatever. And at some point, my car broke and I
Mm-hmm.
had to spend like 900 euros on that, and I
Oh,
didn't had them. So I was stressing out so much, and all my friends also wanted to go all the time. You know those groups of friends that goes every weekend at the pub and just enjoy a few beers and eat together? Well, I was going there after work and drink just water because
water.
I didn't had the money. So also in the relationship probably affected a little bit because I couldn't do things as I wanted. And many times it's not even that you can't do the things, is that you're too stressed to actually do whatever. Because you could cook at home together or do something like that and it would still be nice. But if you're too
You're just
stressed and too
tired. Yeah.
focused on the problem of the money, everything goes bad.
Yeah. You gave a great example and a great personal story. So thank you for that. You summed up what I wanted to say because yeah, it's you are in your zone of I want to survive and you don't have the time and the energy to do other stuff,
Yeah.
which is maybe fun and it may be cheap or free even,
Yeah.
but you will not do it because you're like, okay, I'm wasting my time now going out with friends. I should be working. Yeah.
Sad.
Cool. Thank you for that. Yeah, I think the issue is deeper than that. I think we touched a bit on it before. I don't think that the value of the person, especially the man in the relationship, should come from the money they provide. And the opposite, the man also should be able to accept that maybe a woman provides more than him, and they should be happy for that. Our
Yeah.
worth should not be tied to how much money we make. as people. At the same time, society puts a bit of pressure on us to fulfill certain societal and gender roles. So
Yeah,
that's a
that's true.
bit stuck here.
Unfortunately, but I hope it will change. Probably it will change with the next generation somehow, because the next generation will see us basically as parents that work, and sometimes moms earns more than dad and everything. So yeah, I also saw many stay-at-home dads.
Yeah, that's
Like a
increasing
lot.
actually. That's
Yeah,
becoming
it's
more common.
increasing.
Yeah.
And it's nice, honestly.
Yeah, it's cool. If they like it, why not? And I
Mm-hmm.
keep seeing it online, and I don't know, they oversimplify how easy it is, which I don't think it is that easy. But I don't have experience of it, so I just do
Yeah.
it because I do it, take care of my place, of course. But they say, oh, it's so easy. I mean, you just sit at home all day and you cook and you clean and whatever, you take care of the kids.
It's not easy.
It's not
Even
easy,
less if you
no.
don't have hobbies or friends.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
just stay at home all the time and you do basically the same things like cleaning and cooking, whatever. Like, for example, if I will be ever a stay-at-home something, I would have someone that cleans for me. I'm
Okay.
serious, because I don't like doing that. So I would work somehow, with my creating things. I will earn money and I will pay someone to clean my house. I know that can sound crazy for someone, even more if I tell this to my grandmother, probably. She'll be like,
Nice thing.
are you?
Go clean yourself. What's your job?
But because I really feel like when I talked with older people, I feel like they didn't experience life. They didn't did the things they wanted to because they didn't had the time. They always had something to do in the house and the kids, go to take them from the school, help them with the homeworks, clean, I don't know, cook. It's a lot going on. It's really a lot. So
That is
yeah.
true. That is true. I think so. I think so as well. Like, there's also a financial motivation behind this. If you can, let's say, an hour of cleaning costs X, if you can make more per hour than X, then hiring someone makes sense financially as well, because you can spend that hour doing something else. But if you are sitting at home doing nothing and then you hire someone to clean,
oh no,
maybe it's not a good use of your time. You could have cleaned yourself. It's a waste of money.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
maybe
true.
you need the rest. Also, fine to rest.
I mean, I will still clean, but
Yeah.
those
But the
deep
regular
cleaning,
cleanings.
yeah, exactly. Regular cleaning, it's fun, it's nice, but the deep cleaning, oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
You
I
have to
agree.
move
I agree. It's
everything.
not fun at all. The dishes.
No, I hate the dishes.
Right. Our third segment is, as usual, hot takes. And this time it's called Wallet Edition because it's about money. So we have to, I ask you something, you give a hot take, and we react quickly. And we can discuss it later if we want. But I want a quick opinion from your side. First one. Are you ready?
Maybe?
No.
Yes?
No.
Yes, I am.
Okay. A man who cannot pay on the first date is a red flag.
Who cannot? Yes. Yes.
Okay. Why?
I mean, you have to at least can pay. Why are you, even for a woman, honestly, like you should have the money to be able to pay it. And then maybe you will not, but yeah, you should have them.
Exactly. I agree.
Don't go on a date.
I think yes. You cannot have a relationship if you don't have any money. Back to the point we had before.
Yeah.
You will need
go to
money
a picnic if you don't have money.
Yeah, exactly. Women who want equality should never expect men to pay more.
Women who want equality should never expect men to pay more.
More than them.
Well, yes, I think it's true. I mean, if you want equality, you should not expect. It's the expect word that changes everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's the expectation. Yeah, I kind of agree.
You should not have.
And it also depends on what you define as equality. Is equality 50-50 over everything? Or is equality percentage of your salary?
No, that's true. That's true. I didn't thought about that. In my mind was everything 50-50, like everything. Yeah.
Exactly.
Also cleaning and
Which is what actually people expect. I think at the beginning, yes. Like if I'm a stranger and I'm a stranger, maybe they should expect that everything is 50-50, right? But at some point, once you're together, you care about the person. Okay, my money is your money in a certain way. So
Yeah.
it becomes this percentage wise or whatever it is that you decide to do.
Yeah. And again, I feel like you should talk about it, like about financial also problems maybe you have in the first stages of the relationship. I mean, at least for me, it's super important.
Maybe speaking about financial problems, does financial stress or is financial stress the number one relationship killer? Not cheating, not communication, nothing else. Is it financial stress?
It's not the number one, but maybe the second.
Okay.
Because I think I know the number one.
Do you want to say it or you want to keep it hidden?
I can say it if you want to. It's missing each other. Like many times in the relationship, you miss the person because you miss the tension, you miss the physical touch or the emotional availability. Yes. So you really miss the other person. And when you miss them, you start arguing because you feel stressed. The other person doesn't provide you all the things you need. Yeah. It starts with real. Yeah.
It's an interesting point. I haven't thought about it like this. It's a really good point, actually. Wow. I never thought about it that you are missing the person. I always thought that you are missing something. And that person is providing it, but you're right. Maybe that person was providing it, or they could provide it, but they don't know how. Or, there's something missing. That's a really good point.
Also because many times you miss the first part of your relationship. You miss kind of the person that they were in. Yeah, exactly. Because they were all on you, you know, a lot of attention, providing you everything you needed. And then at some point it just faded away, and that's super sad.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. So maybe the second one. Second one.
The second one. Interesting point. Okay, the next one, I want your honest opinion. Dating someone for their money is just being practical because love doesn't pay the bills.
Oh my God. Maybe this can be true for some people after this.
Okay.
I notice many people online stopping searching for love and starting searching for money. Like, you know what? I don't care about love anymore. I care about money. So
I think that's a bit sad.
I don't like it.
Very sad, actually.
Yeah, it's really sad.
I cannot love your money.
No, I can love you and maybe your money, but I can't love you because of the money.
No.
No, not for me at least. But I know that many people can do that. Many people can create families based on that. I don't know how.
I've seen it also as well, that people would do that based on money. But I don't know where these relationships end. Like, or how do they end up?
I don't know.
Does it live to the test? Like when you have problems, every relationship has problems. When you have problems, if you don't really care about the person, you only care about the money. Okay, what if the person loses their money? You leave the next day.
Yeah, and where is the chemistry also? Yeah. How can you even
talk to them, kiss them, touch them, live with them, tolerate them?
And when you have problems, even worse, as you were saying.
What do? You throw the money in their face and it was like, the problem solved. Here's $100. That's not how it works.
Well, for some people.
Yeah, but
they're like, shut up.
Then that's a very, okay, shut up and take my money. But that's that's not a relationship. That's something else that starts with P. I don't know. Exactly.
I feel you.
I think that was the last hot take.
We're on the same page.
From my side. Let's take a couple listener stories.
Okay.
So that's our fourth segment. Some dilemmas from our listeners. So the first one I have is, my boyfriend and I split everything 50-50, but I earn almost double what he does. I suggested a weekend trip and he said it was too expensive. I offered to cover the extra cost. He didn't speak to me for 2 days. Now I feel like I cannot be financially successful without hurting him or threatening him.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying when we started, basically. That you don't feel like you, not when we started, but at some point, whatever. You don't feel free to do all the things you want to. And you don't feel complete. You have to lower all the time your expectation and everything you want to do, and that's really not good. So I'm really sorry for this person. And honestly, I see that as a really big red flag. Mostly the fact that he didn't talk to her, right?
Yeah.
It's he
for 2 days.
Yeah, for 2 days. That's really bad. I can understand feeling overwhelmed from his side. I always like to give a little bit of doubt to people. So I can understand that you feel overwhelmed by the situation and you need some time. But first of all, you can say it. Like, I'm feeling super bad and it's not really about you. I know it's my problem, so I have to solve it. I'm going to be back to you in a couple of days. And I would understand that. I would also probably appreciate it because maybe he will come back with, okay, you know what? I understand you have your needs. If you're really okay with it, we can go. But if you just disappear because you're pissed and you're trying to give me the silence treatment,
Yeah.
no, that's a big no for me. And honestly, you should leave him.
Well, I agree that it's a red flag. He is sensitive because it's touching his ego. He thinks
Yeah.
he should be the provider, or at least that's how I feel about what I see and the situation. And then you are saying, you know, you're not good enough. You don't have enough money, so I will pay for you. And then he feels bad because you have to pay for him. The problem is his ego and his pride, and that should be the things he works on, or maybe you help him work on together. If you care about that person, that is the problem. The problem is not that you offered. It's a nice gesture, but yeah, you shouldn't feel like you should limit yourself for that person. At the same time, maybe you should sit down and talk about it, because if it's gonna happen now, it's gonna happen again. Maybe next time it's worse.
Oh, absolutely. But I have a question for you, since you are the man here.
Yeah.
Do you think will be better or not if she asks him, okay, so since he needs to feel needed, can you organize it? Maybe in the cheapest way if it makes you feel better, but I don't know if that will be like something that the other person could like, the man could like, or it will be like, no, like why I should do that.
No, I would personally, I would organize a trip that I can afford. If someone suggested a trip that is too expensive, I will be honest and say, hey, this is too expensive. And then I would maybe propose the trip that I can do. If I can, so maybe someone proposes, I don't know, a trip around the world, and I'm like, okay, I cannot afford it right now. Can we do these countries or this country or whatever, one place at a time? I can do it. That's what I would do. I would like the option to decide what is okay for me, and as the guy, I feel needed by the sense of I planned it, I decided for it, and I'm okay with it.
Okay.
And if it's gonna be cheaper, then the other person probably will accept it anyway. But of course, then the point is, do we like where we're going? That's a different detail, right? It's like where we are going, what do we do, etc., etc., etc. So yes,
what
I would
if
say yes.
what if she really wants to go in that specific place and it's okay with paying even for everything?
Yeah.
And she tells
so you're
you,
saying,
okay.
So you're saying, oh, okay, I understood now the question. I think I misunderstood.
I'm sorry.
So you are,
No, but was still
you are
a good.
saying that she tells him, I'll pay, maybe I even pay the extra or everything, but you plan it out? No, I mean, the problem is, but no, like if you are inviting me to a trip, then you plan it and you invite me to a trip you want, because I don't want to plan your money. Like I don't want to plan with your money to do my
I understand
trip,
that.
right? Like if you want to invite me to a trip and you are offering to pay, fair enough. Okay, wow, amazing. But then you plan it and you tell me, okay, this is the trip I want to do. And then I can tell you, I accept to put this much pressure and effort or whatever, money on you. Or I say, no, wait, I want to contribute to at least half of it or whatever I can. That's a different thing. But if you ask me to plan it and you pay, I think that doesn't work. Either I plan it and we pay together, or I pay, whatever, depending on the situation. But if I plan it for your money, I don't think that's, it doesn't work for me. Personally.
Yeah, I understand that. I completely understand that, honestly. It makes sense. But it's funny because as a woman, we usually feel a lot of pressure when we have to make decisions.
Yeah. And I don't understand this. Actually, we should talk about it maybe at the end. Yeah.
It will be a big help if the man actually plan the thing. Yeah, exactly. But I completely understand. I don't want to plan with your money.
Yeah, that's the problem. I think the problem is not just the planning plus planning something that the other person will like, And I think that's the problem. And we're going here away from the topic of financial stuff into
Yeah,
who
sorry.
likes to plan things between men and women. I personally have this problem, and I think a lot of guys have it, is that when we suggest something, we hear a no.
Oh,
So
of
we
course.
suggest something, and then it's like, okay, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So at some point, we're like, okay, you know what? You decide. And then that's
Okay.
that's the problem that usually happens, is that there is a suggestion and we get a no, and then we suggest something else. No, no, no. Okay, then you
But
decide. What do you want to do? Because we don't want to hear the no anymore. And that's why a lot of guys like, what do you want to eat? What do you want to do? And then girls are like, why don't you decide? And it's like, okay, I decided. No, I don't want this. Okay, why did you not decide? That's our problem, is that when we tell someone you decide, we really don't care. While for girls, it's like, you decide, but please choose the one I secretly want that I don't want to tell you. I cannot read your mind yet. We
This is
haven't
really
developed
fun,
that
actually.
technology. So
We
what do
should
you
do
think, Flo?
another episode on this,
Yes,
probably.
we should.
But a quick thing, the fact is that you say that you propose something,
Yeah.
you know? Of course you're going to receive a no, because we have the opportunity to say no to it. We don't want that. We don't want you to put some options out there, because
Okay.
if you put options, maybe we have our favorite one
Okay.
that maybe we don't even know that it's our favorite one inside. It depends. Not always. We don't
Okay.
always know it. What we actually want is the man to plan everything. Like, okay, at 7 you have to be ready because we're gonna go to eat somewhere. You're gonna like it. Blah blah blah. I'm gonna dress up like
Okay.
this.
Pause.
So
Pause. You're gonna like it? No, because he will not like it. Like, if I decide what
yes,
you're gonna like, I don't know. I don't know
we're
what you're
gonna
gonna
love
like
it.
and what you're not gonna like. And I don't know if in that day you want to have burgers or you want to have pizza or whatever. If I choose for you what you have on that day, you will not like it. You will not like my
No,
choice.
no, I think we will.
Okay, this is a bigger topic, I think. This is a bigger topic.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
think
get
so.
through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have many ideas.
Okay. Another listener story.
Yay.
This time from a male side. I've been supporting my girlfriend financially while she builds her business. She's been almost there for 2 years now. I am not struggling, but I'm starting to wonder, when will this become a partnership again? Is it wrong that I feel like this?
First of all, no, it's not wrong at all. I'm really happy that they texted you this, because I actually wanted to talk about this kind of topic. When you asked me to do this,
Yeah,
I wanted
that's nice.
to enter too. So I feel like when you have to provide for the other person because you want to support them with their career, wishes, dreams, whatever, it's always good to talk about it really well in the first steps. Like, okay, I want to provide for you because I really want you to succeed and to do what you want to, but how long is it gonna take? And of course, you can't really know, but let's say in this case, for example, I can provide for you for a couple of years, no problems, I'm okay with that. But what happens if in 2 years you're not there?
Okay.
You know?
That's a
I
good
think
point.
it's really important.
Yeah, these things should be discussed at the beginning.
Yeah.
And now let's say they haven't been discussed. The next best thing is to now discuss them, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sit down now and say, yeah, we are now at this point. I'm okay with supporting you more. I'm fine. But I really need to know, when will you be there? Because you're almost there for 2 years.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. You, like, as a woman, I'm okay with supporting my partner. I did in the past. I supported a lot. And I was okay with it until I noticed that the other person wasn't doing anything to, you know, to change the situation somehow.
Yeah.
It was a lot of blah, blah, blah,
Blah,
but
blah, blah. Yeah.
never actions. So that's actually what broke mostly the relationship in that case, because I felt like, you know what, I'm not here to just pay for things. And yeah,
this is why I wanted to have you on the episode, because you have experience in this, and you have
I have big experiences.
Yeah, and you have a personal opinion on this thing, and I completely agree. I think you can support your partner if they are, like, if their business is growing, or they're doing something to improve, and you see that they're doing it, but they're just not getting lucky, or it's not working at the moment. that's fine. But at the moment you see
Yeah.
that they're not doing the effort or they're not trying to get better in this situation, then you feel like, okay, I cannot now help you all the time.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
becoming
Like,
a dependency, which I don't like.
yeah. And it's the same in all of the aspects, I think, in my life, honestly. Like, even if for a friend, I'm here to help you all the time you need, emotionally, okay? But if I don't see you trying to improve your life and you just keep saying the same things all over again, then you're just draining me without doing anything. So that's not good for me. And I tend to close everything. And it's fun because, yeah, you invited me because I've experienced it probably all of them because I've experienced something where he was the provider for an amount of time. I mean, I still had my money to pay my own things, but I wasn't putting money inside of the house. And also, let's say this because I have to say it. I took him that he had nothing. Okay? And with
Jeff
me,
Bezos style.
He put on a side, he saved so much money. So I wasn't how you say
Burden, yeah. A burden.
Yeah, exactly. I was actually helping him financially, even he was paying for everything inside of the house.
Okay.
Yeah. But I had that
Invest in
experience.
Sabrina.
Invest in me. Yeah, exactly. Actually, my current partner told me that I should probably do the budget for
For the
everything
house.
because
Okay.
yes, because I told him that I traveled for 7 months in South America with just 2,500 euros, everything paid,
Wow.
airplanes, insurance,
I
and
don't know how you
everything.
did that, to be honest.
Because I'm so good. I'm so good
I
with money.
lived eating from a tree every day.
Also, well, one day I was starving and I had just cinnamon and
That's
chia seeds. But I remembered I was in the jungle of Colombia, so I went outside to search for mangoes.
Okay.
And I found them and I did them with chia seeds and cinnamon.
Okay.
So yeah, that also happened. Sorry, fun fact.
Side note.
And now I'm in a relationship. No, after that, the other relationship I had was I was earning way more than him. And not because I'm rich, but because we came from different countries where he was earning way less. So, of course, I had to pay for everything. But as I was saying before, he did nothing to improve
Get better.
or
Yep.
something like that. Because I also offered, for example, him a way to start making money online with his passion, but he never tried. I was there trying to help him. I also I bought like a course online
Okay.
for myself, but I was like, you can use it. It's completely fine, just use it. But he never did it. So I didn't like that. And now I'm in the situation, the opposite, where he earns way more than me.
Okay.
And it's completely different. But even if he earns way more than me, I feel like I really, really want my own money and my independency.
That's true. I think that's valuable. It's good that you share all of these.
Yeah.
And you've lived through all of these different situations.
Yeah. Maybe it can help.
Yes.
Somehow.
Maybe some final words to end the podcast of today, unfortunately. What's maybe the conversation about money that you wish you had sooner?
Well, the one that probably I did in the one I have now because most recent. And it's about talk about your debts, all of them. Like if you have to pay a mortgage, a car, or whatever, talk about it. Say how much salary you earn. I think it's super important to know.
When do you say that in a relationship?
Well,
That's
I'm
tricky.
a quick person.
Okay.
I love to do things quickly.
Maybe too quickly.
Maybe too quickly sometimes, yeah. I don't know. I will talk about it honestly in the first month.
Okay.
I talk about it probably on the third date. Even more if I'm the one that earns less.
Less, yeah, okay. So you're telling the person what you... Yeah.
Exactly. Like, this is my situation because I don't want them to feel at some point in the relationship like, I didn't know about that, you know?
You're right.
I don't like that. So,
okay,
this is my situation.
But at the same time, you don't want to make it feel like you care about the money so much.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't. I really don't. I started working at 16 years old. and I always had my money. So I'm super okay with paying my things. I never expect the other person to pay for my things. I expect other things. Yeah. But for my things, no, I feel like that's my responsibility.
Yeah. Fair enough. And maybe one more question to end this. What do you think at the end of the day, money represents something in relationship? What is that?
A way to afford experiences together.
Okay. That's
Because
fair,
I love
right?
traveling, so money is a good thing to experience stuff, also to eat somewhere nice. And it doesn't have to be an expensive place. For example, I think I already told you, but I'm going to say it for everyone. The person I stay with knows that I love Lebanese food, like a lot. I really love it. And he searched for restaurants, and they were far away from here because it's like an hour and a half, more or less, to go and an hour and a half to come back. But if you have the money, you can afford the trip.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't have them, it's more difficult. He probably would have cooked it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, he could have done also that. But he wanted to go on a little road trip, and we did it. So money can really help. It's not everything, of course. Money, it's what's the saying in English? Money doesn't buy happiness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I'm not sure about it. They help a lot.
Yeah, it
money
helps a lot.
really help. Yeah.
That is true. I agree with that 100%. It helps a lot with experiences, with living a better life. In a relationship, I think money is sometimes undervalued, sometimes overvalued. I think if you're comfortable enough and you are on the same page, then money is not a problem. But it can be make it or break it in a relationship.
Yeah. And you should enjoy them also, because I feel like many people sometimes just save all the money they can. And I understand that. I understand saving money. It's good to do it, but also spend them. Like, do things, leave, do
That's
something.
true.
You could die tomorrow, so just spend the money. Not all of them, again,
Not all
because
of
maybe
it.
you're not gonna die
Not all
tomorrow,
of it.
but
Not financial advice, okay?
no,
We have to
exactly.
say that.
No, but a part of them, I will put a percentage of my salary on a side for experiences.
For fun.
Yeah.
Agreed. Cool. Thank you a lot, Sabrina, for coming on the show again and for joining me in this episode. It was fun to have you again and very insightful, and I learned many things, and I hope also our listeners and watchers, viewers learned something and liked what we talked about. Please let us know in the comments what you think. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.